Girls, what was the most obvious hint you dropped and the guy just didn't get it? A guy on Tinder said he wanted to kiss me. I asked him where he lived. He told me not to change the subject. This one is so fucking funny to me. He played himself. He totally got the IDK, I didn't think I would get this far moment. Been there, lol. Usually when matched with women, they will try to initiate meetup and they either ghost or play games. When a woman actually wants to meet, we are like, oh, fuck. He was applying for a teaching job for a trade at a local college. I told him he'd be the type of teacher I'd absolutely have a crush on. Later, he told his friend what I had said, and his friend had to tell him, dude, you know what she means by that. Edit to add, he got the hint and we kiss now. That got a good chuckle out of me. I told a guy I liked him. His sister confirmed it multiple times. Nice joke, he says. He never believed any of us, so that was fun. Not saying it's what you were doing, but as a little fat boy in middle school, some of the mean girls thought it would be very funny to pretend to like me as a joke. Once I figured out what was happening, it made it very hard for me to trust any woman who told me that for a long, long time. At this point, I'd need a notarized affidavit of affection to believe any such hints were anything but a trap. And even then, maybe the notary is in on the joke. A notary will stamp anything for $1. I was once into a bigger girl. I really liked her. Great personality, heart of gold, and we had an amazing rapport. So I asked her out and she didn't believe me. She said I was messing with her. I really wasn't. I genuinely liked her, but nothing I was saying convinced her otherwise. She simply couldn't believe someone was into her and thought I was playing some kind of prank. She wouldn't budge on it either. So after denying that I was playing a joke on her until I was blue in the face, I just gave up. This also killed the friendship. It was one of the sadder experiences I have had. I still wonder how it would have been if she believed me and where it would have gone. The more I read, I realize nobody gave me any hints. This is the most painful thing I agree with. Her. Sex would really help with this headache I am having. Me. Have you tried a stronger Tylenol? Okay, that does it. I'm going to invent a long-range slapping device. In college, I was in a board game club with a really cute boy. In his defense, I was initially in a relationship when we met, and for several weeks I was trying to set him up with my friend. But then she decided she was interested in someone else. By then, I was single, so he and I made plans to have a movie night. The day before the movie night, we had a club meeting and the flirting is off the charts. A ton of giggling, footsie, some random tickling, basically a bunch of obnoxious behavior that was annoying the people we were gaming with. Keep in mind, we are the type of awkward nerds to spend our Friday nights at a board game club, so it's considerably less risque than some of the answers here, but still pretty freaking heavy-handed. At the end of the night, I tell him I'm really looking forward to our movie night. The next evening, he comes to my dorm, we build a blanket fort and make some popcorn, get real cozy and start the movie. He doesn't make a move the entire time. The movie ends and the credits roll, and we are sitting mostly in the dark, making super painful small talk and lame jokes about the movie. Finally, I give up waiting and kiss him on the cheek. He buries his face in a pillow and says through it, "Do you like me?" Yes, you dingus. What else could this be? Anyway, we are married now. Your husband. She's great. We enjoy board games, have similar taste in movies, but I'm not sure she likes me. His friends. Bro, we were at your wedding. She asked if I knew of any places where the two of us could have fun, and I took her to the arcades. That's not bad, I guess. I told my now boyfriend that I liked him. He just smiled and said thank you. I was embarrassed, but he did get my number a week later. We've been together for 2 years and a month now. A girl suggested meeting at my place the first time we met. Then we were hanging out on my bed. Then she said it was really hot and took off her jumper even though I had the aircon on. Then she was like, "Really? When are you going to make a move?" I said I didn't want to be presumptuous or be a creep, lol. During my teen years, I grew really close with this one particular girl. Being a dumb teen, I never picked up any hints. We'd literally be in bed spooning, and she'd start grinding her ass on my crotch. And what did stupid me think? Oh, she's probably just trying to get comfortable, let me move away and give her a little space. So the next night, she does the same, but this time reaches over into her nightstand and conveniently pulls up a pack of condoms, places them so I can see, and proceeds to repeat the maneuver from the night prior. I still didn't get it. This was over 15 years ago, and she'll still make fun of how oblivious I am. At least the story has a happy ending, based on the last line. We dated for a while, but life took us in different directions, and our lives aren't very compatible anymore. We're still great friends, though. Before I started dating my ex, she had her gay friend sleep on the floor and me in her bed after a night out, and I just thought, wow, that's very nice of her. El Mao. I was studying abroad with a friend, and there was a student event at the local bars. We had a blast, and the night continued to the early hours of the next day. I was hammered and went home, and he stayed at the bars and started talking to a Mexican girl. They left the bar to walk around the city just talking. They talked for a couple of hours and ended up in front of the girls' housing complex. She invited him up for a cup of tea at 5 in the morning, and he accepted. She wanted to show him some pictures on her phone while sitting on the bed and asked him to come next to her. Bro asked that shouldn't we put the kettle on? She got up and made them some tea and they drank it while talking. An hour or so later, Bro thanked for the tea and told her that he needs to go to sleep and just left. I could not stop laughing when he told me what happened the next day. Okay, I am not sure I would have initiated anything, but I for sure would not mention the frickin' kettle. To any women in here who are still dropping hints, don't. He won't get it. Just be straightforward and tell him you think he's cute and ask if he wants to grab a coffee with you sometime. Worst case scenario, he tries to make you feel bad or embarrassed for asking, then you know you've dodged a bullet and can walk away knowing you've lost nothing. A lot of men have never been hit on. A lot of men have never received a compliment. A lot of men find confidence to be very attractive. A lot of men have never met a woman who makes the first move. Regardless of his answer, he will be flattered. This method has worked for me 100% of the time, and I'm ugly as hell. Just ask him out. Also bear in mind, a lot of men mistake friendliness for flirting. But a lot of men mistake friendliness for flirting, so they'll think a woman is flirting with them, then think, oh wait, I'm doing the thing where I mistake friendliness for flirting, even when they're mistaking flirting for friendliness mistaken for flirting. I'm the guy that missed an obvious hint. She said, I have some new bras I want to model for you. That was more than 15 years ago, and it still haunts me daily. High school me was very dumb. I got drunk with some friends one time and was talking to a friend of a friend. Somehow we got on the subject of banana chairs and I told her I had one. Her. I've always wanted to have sex on one of those. Me. That does sound fun. You should absolutely get one. While I sympathize with most of the women here whose signs were so obvious, please see it from the perspective of us guys. Once my high school crush literally took my arm and with a black marker wrote my name along with a heart. There were other things as well, but when I asked her out a week or SMth later, she likes better to be friends. So we literally can't be sure until we are 110% certain you're interested. Unlike popular belief, guys also cherish friendships with girls, and we don't want to risk losing it in case you guys aren't interested. I asked my now husband at the end of our first date, where we'd been snogging in the back of a loud, dark pub for hours, if he wanted to come in for coffee. He said he didn't drink caffeine this late at night. My first thought was, why would you drink coffee at night? I'm so lucky I already have a wife, lol. Thanks for watching. Share your story in the comments. See you there. Bye.